The truth.
Welcome back, it's me, Audie, again with Middle-earth Mentors. Today we are going to be doing social panel and chat options. We've been steaming right along with our new player series, and so now we're getting into the more fun and interesting parts of the game. So to start, the video is going to be kind of two parts. We'll do the chat window here and all its options, and then the social panel itself, which we'll get into after. To start, I believe your chat window is default down here, and you can resize and move this as you wish. So if you click and hold on a tab, you can drag your window around. As well, you can enlarge it to a lot larger if you prefer. If you would like to see better contrast, you can darken this as well. So if you go to your options menu, go down to chat, and your chat window opacity here, if you want to crank this up to solid, you can do that. We'll leave it like this for the ease of the video so you guys can see better, but you can mess around with this on your own. Click accept. Alrighty. So, I'll close this a little bit. There we go. Okay. So I believe when you first start, you have 3 or 4 tabs open. You can have a total of 9 tabs altogether, and you can personalize them pretty much all the way except for the IMs tab. That's the only one that is specifically only for private messages, and you can't change much in here. So to start, if you notice, the game will have a bunch of chats in one tab, kind of all scrolling by right away. It's a bit messy. If you're like me and you like to have one chat room per tab, like just looking for fellowship, just world chat only, just raid chat, this is how you customize that. So first off, you can either create new tabs or just filter out the crap that you don't want from the current ones. So to create a new one, right click on any tab, go down to here, create new tab. You can see here it popped me up second tab, its name is tab, okay. Right click it again, rename, we'll just do, I don't know, Middle-earth Mentors, there we go. So now we've got our new mem tab, yay us. Now, if all I want to see is mem chat, right click it, go to change filters. This is where you decide what you see in every tab. So, you know, in my world chat tab, these are the things I see. Okay, tell, that's your private message. The user chats are the personal chats you make. We'll get into that in a second. World, obviously, down here. Event broadcast is mostly just a festival type thing, and GM world broadcasts if they come on and talk. And the rest, just go through and decide what you want. It's pretty easy. Now, you can also change the size of the text and the color if you wish. So if you have, you know, looking for fellowship, you want it to be neon pink, you can do that. World chat by default is white. You can make it, I don't know, bright orange if you want, or blue or yellow, or whatever you want, okay? And to do that, we'll go to here. You just right click it, go to change text colors, and it will actually take you to your options panel, to your chat part. Pull this down, and you can see here, these are all of the chat options that you can change. So just click anywhere on these rainbow bars to determine your color, and of course it changes the color of the letters over here. And the size too. Like you can see, I have my event broadcast is bigger than these other ones because I have it to 18 instead of 14. So pretty straightforward. Go through, decide what you want, hit accept, no big deal. So let's say, you know, you're a new player, you're bipping along, you're having a great time, and you meet some other new players who are also bipping along and having a great time, and you guys want to have a great time together and make your own private chat. You can do that. You can create up to 8 private user chats if you want. And how you do that is, of course, you make a new tab, as we just did. Okay, and this game is unique in the way that how you create a chat room is you literally just think up a name and you join that name channel. Keep in mind, if you use a name that's very common and it's already in use, you will not be joining a new channel that you created. You will be joining somebody else's channel that is already in existence. So For example, Alliance, I get that a lot. People are like, oh, let's make a new room and call it Alliance. I'm like, nope, because there's already Alliance chat, and lots of people end up joining that chat, and they're like, wait, who are you guys? Well, it's not your chat, you just joined somebody else's, okay? So pick a name that's really unique to you and that you know no one else is going to use. Like, I'm pretty sure no one has a group named Mem, okay? So, now that that's out of the way, we're going to make our Mem group. So what we do is /, because that's your command, like for everything else, join channel, and then the name that you decided, Mem. Hit enter, yay, Mem! Now go to General tab. You can see down here, you joined room Mem, user chat 3. This user chat is important, remember this. And it tells you number of members 1, obviously I'm the only person. Now, user chat 3 is the game has determined that your Mem group has been assigned to user chat 3. So what that means is you need to go to the Mem tab, right click it, go to filters, okay, click the user chat that it assigned you, which means it's telling the game you want to see user chat 3 in this tab. If you don't have this same one checked, you'll never see what people in Mem group are actually saying, okay? So user chat 3, make sure it's in there, or 1 or 2 or whatever one the game assigns you, and it will always be in this general tab. It'll tell you user chat 7 or whatever, it's there. So now that we've determined the filter in here, what you want to do is go /3 for user chat 3, press space, and right away you can see it changed to user chat 3. So now you can type in here whatever you want. Yay! See? And it says to Mem, so it's telling you you've talked to this group, easy. As you can see, mine's purple. That's just the color I chose for my user chat 3. If we wanted to do user chat 2, orange, okay, user chat 1, pink. So I color code them specifically so that I don't send the wrong channel, wrong messages, because that happens sometimes, especially when you have a lot of chats and you're talking different groups all at the same time in a different tab. You really want to make sure you're sending the right messages to the right group, because that can get kind of fucked up. And we'll just go back to 3 here. There you go. And the colors are up to you. You can change them to be however you want. Now, to leave a channel that you've created, if you don't want to be a part of it anymore, again, /, and this time it's just leave channel, and then the name, Mem. Hit enter. You left room Mem. Now, user chat 3 is free to create whatever you want. You are no longer in this room. You will no longer see the text that is put in here. Let's see, and if you want to delete a tab that you don't need, obviously, you right click it, go down, delete this tab. Gone. There. So you can create and delete and change and color however you want. The only other thing in here is the IMs tab. Now, IMs is your private message. So, if you're a free-to-play player, you do not have access to World Chat until level 20. Okay, premium players have access to World Chat and the public chat channels, whatever, at level 10. And of course, VIPs have access right away because we're awesome. So if you're a brand new player and you're free to play and you can't figure out how to chat in World Chat yet, you can't. However, you can private message somebody. So if you're, playing along in the world, you can't talk in World Chat yet, but you need help with something, and you see people talking in World or wherever, all you have to do is right-click on their name, and it brings up this little menu. Go to Chat, and either Start IM Session or Send Tell. Both will do the same thing, so we'll go Send Tell. And you can see here, tell this person, and then you just blah, 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 okay? Now, if you were to send this, it will pop up here. I'm going to send him a message. Okay, so I sent him a private message. Now, it pops up in your private messages tab, okay? So, obviously this is private. It's just between you and this person. Whatever you say in here, you don't have to determine the user chat or anything. It's always to this person. Now, if someone was to message you, for example, and you were talking to them, the other way you can answer is from any tab, hit /R to reply, okay? Now, normally, if he had actually answered me, it would come up and say, to Dragonia Lord, blah, 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 whatever I said, okay? So, /R is your reply. And as well, you can also message someone from your friends list, which we will get into in a second. So those are the 3 ways that as a new player, if you don't have access to world chat, that you can chat with people. Remember, these little blue stars here mean there's a message you haven't checked. So if you're a new player and you're going along and you see a little, well, it's yellow for you guys, I think. It's just blue for me. If you see a little yellow star, that means someone has messaged you. So check that window, because I get a lot of new players that are like, I need help, and you message them and they never answer because they don't know how to use their IMs tab yet. So we'll get into the menu here that I just clicked on. So once again, if you're playing along and you're looking at the people in world chat, you can right click their names, and there's a bunch of options here. So chat, obviously we just went over how to talk to the person. If you decide this person is a complete asshole, this is where you ignore them. If you hit ignore, it will add them to your ignore list and you'll never see them again. Fantastic. This is a good button. Okay, this is nice to have. Be an adult. Use your ignore button. Okay. Report as gold spammer. We don't use that anymore because LOTRO no longer has gold spammers. Yay us. And obviously report harassment if the person is being a complete and utter twat waffle. That's useful. Very rarely happens on Gladden. I've never had to use this button. But anyways, it's there for whatever. Now, the next option here is friend. This is how you add someone to your friends list. It says it right here. You don't need their permission. They don't get a notification saying so-and-so has added you to friends. This isn't Facebook, okay? You click that, you add them to your friends list. It's just for you. It's your own personal friends list, and they don't know about it, and it's just a way to, well, have friends, I guess. You go down here to fellowship. If you want to group with someone, this is where you do it. Invite to fellowship. Click that. It will send them an invite that they need to accept or decline. Kinship, exactly the same thing. Now, inspect. This is a cool option. This allows you to look at another player and what they're doing. So if we click inspect, now we can see this player's information. We can see he's level 130. He's an elf. He's a rune keeper. You can see all of his pretty gear here and his nice weapons and tools and everything. As well, if you put your cursor over his piece of gear, it will come up with showing his piece comparing to your piece, and your piece is on the right, of course. As well, you can see all of his cosmetic outfits. So if you click outfit 1, you can see the appearance, cosmetic appearance that he's decided to wear. Outfit 2, I'll go down, there we go. Oh, that's a nice one, I like that. And some people have all of these cosmetic outfits open, some don't, whatever. So you can see here what he's wearing. If you really like that hat, for example, the helmet, you can go over here and look at what it's called, and then you can just Google it and see where to get it if you're that type. As well, you can see what weapons he has for his legendary. That's way in the future. Don't worry about that as a new player. And his bio. So a lot of people post really funny things in their bio, or some have big backstories about their characters, where they came from, blah, blah, blah. So you could read all the information that they write in here. As well, it tells you the kin that they're in, their rank, and if they've adopted anyone or have been adopted. It's just a fun kind of, I don't know, social thing, I guess. We'll close that. So that's about it for this chat tab. The other side of this, we're gonna make this small again here. There we go. Okay. And the other part of the social, I guess, panels of this game is if you hit the O button, boop, it brings up your social panel. Being social. And you have all these tabs up here. Cool. So fellowing, this shows all of the online players in the game currently that are not on anonymous, meaning you can inspect these people. You can see them. They've allowed you to see their information. They don't care. You have the option to go anonymous, meaning if you turn it on by doing this, clicking anonymous, no one will be able to inspect you. And when you are on a friends list, so for example, I'll go to my friends list. I have someone who's anonymous here. Okay, so this person is on anonymous. You can see the question marks here, meaning I can't see where he or she is in the world. As well, you can see here on the friends list when they're online, their name turns green. This person could be online right now and I wouldn't know. It doesn't tell you. So it's basically kind of a sneaky way to be hiding. It doesn't let anyone else see their gear or anything. I don't know. I don't know why some people are on and on. It's some people are weird, I guess. It is a PvP thing, sort of, but that's not really a big thing in this game, so it's your preference. Now, a cool thing about this is you can look for people by their kin name or by the area they're in, Or if you can only remember half of their name, you can search it that way. So if you type it in here, so for example, let's say I got a kin invite from somebody over Facebook, and I can't remember the whole name of the kin, but I remember it had the word lost in it. Put in lost. Now it's going to bring up everyone that matches that that search parameter. So if you put your cursor here, you can see this person, the second line there, Lost Legion of Dunharrow, that is the kin. So now you've searched that kin, and it brought up all the players that are not anonymous that are in that kin. But it also brought up other kin names, for example. So if you go down here, this hunter is in a kin named Wandering But Not Lost. Okay? So you can search pretty much anybody that way. You can search kins, you can search players, you can search areas, whatever. It's just a cool little feature if you're looking for someone or something. Quest grouping, this isn't used very often. This is basically if you want to quest with someone. So if I go to here, these are all my current quests that I have running. So let's say I wanted to do, I don't know, this one. Now I'm not going to create it because I don't want to be in a group right now, but if I hit create, it will make me one of these. And then people can see it on here and go, oh, I'm on that same quest. I want to join that person. Click this, and then you can click join, or you can click tell to talk to the leader who made this. I never really use this panel. It's totally up to you. Most people, if they need help or groups, either post in world chat or LFF. LFF is looking for fellowship. So this is literally the group panel. This is where you go for grouping stuff. If we go to Friends tab, again, pretty straightforward. These are all the people I have on my friends list. Easy. You can add people from here, remove them, and put a note about them. So a lot of people, especially a lot of people on my friends list, it's like one player and they have, 10 different characters or more. So I will put a note by that person to determine who it is. So for example, you see the note here, Trez, that's all the same person, okay, with different alt names. So you just click on them, click note, and you could put in here whatever you want. You could put in here like butt face or whatever you want to put in there, okay? That's just a fun thing. As well, you can tell them from here, so send a private message. Now, this is your ignore tab on the bottom. I'm not going to click mine because nobody needs to see who I ignored, but it looks the same as your friends list, but it's the people that you've put on ignore because they've been asshats or whatever. They didn't like your feet or something. Again, it looks the same, so you can also put a note on the people you ignore. Like for me, I put a note why I ignored them, so in a month I'm not like, oh, I'll be nice to this person today. No, I put a note so that they stay there. Again, totally up to you. It looks exactly the same as this panel. And if you click these up here, class, level, member, blah, 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 it will sort your list depending on how you want it. So currently I have alphabetical A to Z. If I click level, it will sort from level 1 to 130 or 130 to 1, ascending or descending order, whatever. Same thing with any of these. You can organize your list however you want. Kinship tab, again, if you're in a kin, this will show you all your current kin members online and offline. I am in my own kin, meaning it's just me in here, so you're not going to see any other members because I don't want any other members. And this is where you manage your kin if you're the boss. Add people, remove people, promote them, demote them. Note, if you want to quit your kin, screw this, I don't want kin anymore. Hit resign and you will be kinless in the world and it'll be great. Anyways, that's pretty straightforward. These two last tabs, as a new player, you will not need these. These are for more endgame stuff. Raiding, when you're in a group, your raid leader will be able to move people around in these groups to determine group setup depending on how they want. And you will see what group you are in. It will not show here on your screen. So when you're in a group, all you'll see is everyone else's health bars here and names. It won't tell you you're in group 1, 2, 3, or 4. So if your raid leader's like, hey, I need scrolls for group 4, and you're standing there like, duh, what group am I in? Go to raid and it will tell you your name under which group you're in, okay? That's pretty easy. Again, you don't need to worry about this as a new player. Raid locks, definitely don't need to worry about this as a new player. Quickly, I get some of the raids in this game have locks and their chests have locks, meaning you can't do them more than a certain amount of times in a week or a day or half a week or whatever that raid is set at. and this will tell you once you've looted the chest how much longer you have before you can loot that chest again. That's it. It's super easy. Same with this one, except it's for the group locks info instead of chest locks. So that's it for that. Ignore these last 2 tabs as you're a new player. It doesn't matter. Let's go back here to who. And yeah, that's pretty much it for social. You've got a lot of options here. You can filter by level, by class if you want. And just go through and you're able to make friends that way and chat. And yeah, good luck. Have fun making pretty colors and tabs. And I will see you guys in the next video.